Today we're going to talk about the new Amazon Prime Video original film, The Vast of Night. So let's get started. Hey everybody, my name is Justin. I love to watch movies. If you guys love to watch movies too, you guys are in the right spot. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming videos. In the 1950s, two kids search for the source of a mysterious frequency that has descended on their town. This is the debut film of Andrew Patterson, and this is an episode of a Twilight-esque show called the Paradox Theater. We are getting a camera that is zooming in on this television screen that is airing the episode called The Vast of Night. And then we get our transition into the movie. And we are introduced to our two main characters, Everett, a radio DJ, and Faye, a young girl who is a switchboard operator and an audiophile. The first act of the movie, we just have simple moments of our two characters just conversing and interviewing people. The whole plot of The Vast of Night is quite a simple film, and in the beginning of the movie, there's a lot of long takes of our two main characters just talking, and I really like that style of directing in a lot of films. And it's set up in the 1950s, and it just feels like a B movie. This appeared in drive-in theaters across the nation, and now it is hitting Amazon Prime. And I would have loved to see this movie in the drive-in because of the tone and the vibe of the movie. There's really not much that is happening to the overall plot within the first act of the film, but it is serving a purpose to the tone and the style of the movie. And then we start to transition into Faye, where she starts to hear these frequencies, and her and Everett start to investigate it and start to interview people, and there's such long takes of them two investigating people, like someone on the radio, as well as interviewing an older lady. And that all leads to our climatic end of the film. The tone of this movie and the way that it is shot, and with not having much of a overarching plot and with it being quite simple, the tone of the movie is really able to come out, and it's quite creepy at times because the conversations are really quiet and you have to pay attention to the dialogue and the things that people say and how it kind of all plays together. And that makes the tone of the film very creepy because you're not sure exactly what is happening with these frequencies. You have an idea and you kind of anticipate what is going to happen at the end of the film. Not having a big plot and a lot of action scenes, we're focusing on the characters, their conversations, and allowing for that tone to really take over. The directing style is very unique within this film. Andrew Patterson does a great job of utilizing the camera with such long takes of just walking behind the characters, watching them talk. Also, there are times where we have the film go black while people are talking, and then it appears back again in color, then it goes black again. There's also times where we transition out of the movie and then onto the television set, and you can kind of see the screen is black and white, and it's a little bit fuzzy as well. It's almost like we're watching the episode right in front of us in a TV, and then we get to transition back into the movie. So I like the certain techniques that Andrew Patterson does within the film. At times he moves really quick throughout the town. You can just get that vibe of the 1950s, those classic horror movies, those B movies. It just feels like this, the way that the town looks, the costume designs, the overall story would totally fit in the 1950s. This is an impressive directing debut. Like I said, it's not a big movie. It feels very quiet, but it allows for its tone to take over. The paranoia from our two characters is definitely felt throughout the movie. And the interviews and the investigation that these two characters go on, you can tell that something's just not right, and people have experienced something like this before. This film may not be for everybody. They may be put off by the long takes in the beginning of the film and making it feel like it's kind of going nowhere, and with not having a big plot. But if you stick around for the film, it's got a really good ending, and the tone of the movie is what holds this film together. I was really impressed with it, and for it being a directorial debut, I think it was really great. I really would love to see this in the drive-in. Unfortunately, the local drive-in for me is not local at all. It's like an hour away. I think that I would like to go to it very soon. If theaters do not come back anytime soon, I would like to go to a drive-in. Because I used to go to drive-ins a lot growing up. I remember seeing the first Shrek movie in drive-in theaters. But maybe I'll have to venture out there one day and go to a drive-in theater. So this would have been really cool with its vibe, and it's set in the 1950s, and it's centered around frequency and, aliens. They start to speculate certain things within the movie, but we have an idea where it's going to go. I'm going to go ahead and give The Vast of Night a B+. Thank you guys for checking my review for The Vast of Night. It is on Amazon Prime Video. I highly recommend checking the film out, and stay tuned for more up-and-coming Amazon Prime Video reviews. And my name is Just Watch Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.